All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Masaki Seike, and today I have the special interview from with Danielle-san and my good friend for a long time. And so I'd like to just, I heard that she's going to use this interview for her English lesson at the Ehime University. So it's very honor to be here in your interview. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you too.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, I'm teaching a study abroad
Okay,
workshop
Mhm.
at Ehime University,
all right.
and I'd like to know about your study abroad experience.
Mhm.
But before that, I want to ask you: is this your company?
Yes, this is my company, and we sell toys
Yes.
to the all over the world. This is actually the what you're looking at is the website
Yes. I
that
see.
we sell our toys to the world.
Well, if you sell your toys to the
Mhm,
world,
mhm.
what language are you speaking?
I use the English
English. Yes.
and the Japanese time to time.
I see. So English helps you promote your business.
Mhm.
And you also said to me that you're trying to promote Japanese culture at the same time.
Yeah, that's very true. Because that me is as a Masaki Seike, nothing but the Japanese born personal.
Yes.
And so I really loves to introduce that my country.
So through the medium of English, you're doing this.
Yes, through the medium of English and through the medium of the Japanese culture and not through the toys.
Oh, the toys. Yes.
Yes.
They are part of Japanese
Yeah,
culture.
and they are my heroes, and
Yes.
also they are the our guardians.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So, from a language point of view,
Mhm.
well, of course, you're Japanese,
Mhm.
but how would you describe yourself?
Okay. I'm a Japanese person with English ability,
Yes.
but also to challenging to change that somehow the local community
The local
in
community.
a good way to influence them,
Yes.
influence the local community to with the let them know that opening themselves to the world is really the key
The key
to cultivate their own good local cultures.
I see.
Yeah, because that because I was grown up in local communities and in a
Yes.
very small place. Agriculture is basically the main business and industries.
So the countryside.
Yeah, countryside. Yes, pretty much countryside, and living in there is not. It's pretty simple,
Yes.
and you can live.
Off the land, right?
After the rounds,
Yes.
yes, yeah. But it's not enough because that we are living in the 21st century.
Would you say we're living in a global world? Would you use
Yeah,
that
it is.
word?
That's
Yeah.
the word. Global world. Well, yeah. We are all connected by the internet.
Yes.
Mm.
And you mentioned to me that you do a special radio show
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
countryside,
Yes.
and you're introducing cultures, some other cultures,
Hmm.
to people in the local Japanese countryside, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I have the radio shows. It's called the FM Gaia in Uwajima. My home ground is
Yes.
Uwajima City, and then well, my show is every Monday,
Mhm.
and it's about a 1 hour show. And so I talk about my business, my toys,
Yes.
and introducing the latest toys
Yes.
in Japanese for the local people. But at the same time, I do have the my partner in the United States,
Yes.
and then I always Skype him.
So he's involved in the
Yes.
local Japanese
Right.
countryside.
Yeah, and then
I
he
see.
appears on my radio shows all the time. And
Does he
then,
talk about American culture?
yeah, we introduce not just only the toys,
Yes.
but like how they celebrate that Christmas times,
Oh, yes.
all the family things.
Yes.
trips, and then their culture and something like that all the time.
And are you doing it vice versa? Are you introducing Japanese customs to the rest of the world in English?
Yes, I do that a lot too. Because I have the YouTube shows.
Oh, yes.
I'm a YouTuber, and
Yes.
then my show every Friday and Saturday I have that, and during my shows I introduce the latest toys,
Yes.
but also I always talk about the what's going on with our local communities.
Right.
Yeah,
So
and
people know about Ehime?
yeah, they do, and then they do visit me.
They visit you
They
here in Ehime.
they visit me here.
So you're attracting some tourists.
Yeah.
So this is good for the local Ehime
I hope so.
economy.
I hope so.
Also.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. And so tell me about your journey. You mentioned that when you were 21 years old, you didn't really know what to do. You came from the countryside and you went to study abroad.
Right.
With almost no English
Nothing.
language skills, right?
Right.
So tell me about that. What happened? Did you have culture shock? What? You're still alive, so
Still
what
alive,
happened?
yes, indeed.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm still alive. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I had no. Well, I don't. It's hard to say no English skills, but you have to take the English classes from at the age of 13 or 14.
So you
right?
had high school English.
Yeah,
skills,
I would say.
right?
Yeah, but my score is terrible.
Oh, your score was terrible.
No, don't ask me about that. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
okay.
I see that red line. No. All the time. I mean, just So my basic English skill is almost. I would say. I don't say none, but maybe 30-40%, something like that.
30-40%.
Yeah, that's.
And there you took an airplane and you went to to America.
That's the funny thing is that because that I know. At the age of 21, I was actually fed up with myself. I was so stressed out and frustrated.
You didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think it's very similar. I mean, it happens to everyone.
Yes, I
at
think
the age
so.
of like a 20
Yes.
and teenage.
Right.
You're not sure what to do in the
Yes.
future. That's always common. So I had that at those times, and then I really need to take something. All right, and so I've been looking, but just couldn't find it. But I was so lucky enough to find that there's a special agricultural training program to study agriculture in the United States at the time. Yes. Then so I jumped in, and then the beautiful part of this course is that not just only that you go to university too.
Yes.
Program that 6 months of the study there
Yes.
at the university, and also the rest of the time that you work at the on the farms or some business firms.
Yes.
So and
you lived with a family. You did
yes,
a homestay?
I did that too. So you certainly need the English.
You need
But
English,
yeah,
yes.
I didn't. But it didn't stop me.
It didn't stop you.
That's very important part.
Yes, yes.
How
That's interesting.
how desperate I was. My good friend, I used to live with him together for the college, and then he said that you decided to go to the United States, but you have no English skills. So I said, thank you very much for
Yes.
reminding me that.
Yes.
But well, we will do something about that.
So you got along and you grew as an English speaker.
Yeah.
In other words.
Mhm.
So tell me about culture shock. I'm curious. What happened to you? Give me an example.
Okay. There are many culture shocks,
Yes.
because of different world, different, area
But
people.
let me stop you here. Do you think culture shock is good?
Oh yeah,
Why?
because that there is a border.
There's a border.
There's a border. That there's some limit that stops you.
Oh.
But actually, it's not the border. It's not the stop. You think that's the limit, but it's when you look at the world, it's a borderless. Right?
So you can overcome the border.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to overcome it.
Oh yeah, a lot.
So give me an example.
Okay. Let's say 21 years old, and then I was a healthy man, and I was also obviously interested in girls, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. It's very important.
My
And,
students too.
yeah,
Yes.
my strong motivations, right?
Yes.
I mean, that goes beyond the English motivations, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course,
But it opens your horizons.
yeah, I
right?
opened
Yeah.
that horizons, you know.
Yes.
And then so, I had a homestay.
Yeah.
And 2-3 days, just only short time. And that was a beautiful, beautiful girl there. And
The homestay daughter.
The homestay daughter. And I
Yes.
was,
You liked her a lot.
a lot, yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
And then, but not much English skills. You cannot talk much, right?
Yes.
So that's okay. But 3 days later, when we say goodbye, and she hugged me. She gave
hugged
me
you.
a hug.
She hugged you like this.
Yes, like that. And
Was
then,
that surprising for you as a Japanese?
jeez. Changing the world.
It changed the world,
Changed
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Really, the well, at the time, it's not much Japanese girl
Yes.
hugged me
Oh, okay.
at the time.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was like another way of relating
Yes,
to
yes,
you.
yes, yes,
Yes.
Yeah. So another, wow, you can do that.
You can do that.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So both ways are okay. Japanese way is okay.
Yes, so
But
of course.
that way is okay too.
Yeah, that's okay
Is that
too.
of course, that's how you thought.
Right, right, yeah.
Okay.
And then it's not just only about boys and girls talk,
No,
okay?
no.
But there are so much things like that, well, wow, is that okay? They
Yeah.
always ask my questions. Oh, so
Why?
why is that?
Yes.
What have been stopping me from the fun?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there is no unknown world that your Japanese local community has been teaching you.
Yes.
This is the way
This
that
is
you're
the way.
supposed to be.
Yes.
Good man. Man, don't cry.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Girls,
Don't hug Japanese boys.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I mean, in Japan, this is the way it is. It's fine. But then there was a difference, and it made you grow.
Yeah, it did. It
Opened
did.
your mind a
Yeah,
lot.
it did really open my
Yes.
mind, my world.
I
And then
see.
I saw the light. I've been looking for so much, places, the opportunities, or what to do
At 21,
at
of
21,
course, yeah.
and then
It's
wow.
opened a big
big
opportunity.
challenge. Oh no,
Yes.
it's not challenge, but it's totally different,
World.
world.
Yes.
And then
And you decided to step in the world?
yeah, yeah, and then English, certainly helped me
Yes.
to talk to the girls.
Yes. And open a business and be a local businessman?
Important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me about what's your advice to university students about English, about the world outside Japan? Do you think it's beneficial for young people to touch that world if they want to, of course?
First of all, as a personal point of view, the students, I don't want our Japanese young students to think that the world is not, the classroom is not big enough to see the world.
So what they learn in classrooms in Japan is just one small world, right?
Unfortunately, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
But what they learn, maybe they can't express it in the classroom, but do you think they could use what they have elsewhere? Yeah.
Of course, yes. And it's a totally important, entrance, the gate
Yes.
to the world.
Yes.
And then that's the English it's really that, just like from the experience, that I hope it helps that you guys too, but it's really opened up everything.
Yes.
And then many people says that English is a subject, and it is not
It's
just
not
only
a subject.
it's
for
not a
you.
subject.
What is it? Like an entrance to other worlds? Now it's the medium of
Right,
English,
right.
but
To me, almost like a religion.
a religion.
Yeah. It's not that heavy thing, but it
it's part of your life.
part of my life.
Yes.
It is. English is part of the life. And then many people says, how do you build up to your English skills like
Yes,
that.
yes. How do you do it?
Thank you.
Please tell the students.
Thank
What
you.
did you do?
All right, and then you need to involve more of your life.
Of your life.
Actually, you think you're working, you are living in your world, your everyday life. No, we have 24 hours, very limited times, but you are just looking at only the world that Japanese culture
Around
made it. Your parents built it, for you, right? But that's the parents' point of view. That's the culture. Local communities world,
Yes.
and then that's not enough. And especially you have all the smartphones in your hands, in your pockets,
today.
connected to the world, and then chatting with the people from other countries, gaming with the teaming up with all the multinational players.
Would that be in English?
Of course,
Gaming?
yes.
I see.
And now these days, they have automatic translation, simple
right.
one, so
Yeah.
you can talk to anyone. Hello.
And also, you're showing your Japanese self to the world. Do you think that's important that Japan just for young people?
It is very important. Okay,
Yeah.
I said that I introduced that in my Japanese about the Japanese culture,
Yes.
our way of living, in my shows,
Yes.
radio shows, and also my YouTube shows. Because that we are luckily living in Japan at the age of 21st centuries.
Yes.
At least last 70 years, we have no wars.
Yes, it's peaceful.
It's peaceful
and very
and
advanced.
advanced.
Yes.
And then you just cannot stop there.
Yes.
Because we have to realize that this is the moment. Your 1 second of life here today is not something that you made it. Your ancestors spent so much sacrifice that their blood, sweats, time, and everything.
For your own life.
Yeah, for their, whatever the following, that their time, hard time.
Yes.
And then we just cannot, waste it.
Yes.
Sitting on there, on the chair, that someone made it comfortable.
Yes.
And then you just sit there, and then oh wow, yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
but
everybody.
I have no plan, no.
Yeah,
So-
but because it's very convenient.
Yes, I see.
Unfortunately, your life fulfillment is not sold at your local convenience stores.
Yes.
You have to go
make it,
out,
right?
and you have to sacrifice yourself, and then but to do that, I use that sacrifice, or the word would sacrifice, but
Yes.
that's because something, you believe that there's something that you can do it, and then you sacrifice that, without that, strong beliefs and dreams, something like that.
Dreams. Yes.
You are wasting your efforts.
Yes. Okay. So for some people, using English is a kind of dream, something
It
you
is,
can
it
reach
is,
out
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Of course, not everybody, but if someone wants to, it's there.
Yeah.
And they can do it, right? Is
Right,
that the
right,
message you're
right.
sending? And I'd like to say it's not only in Japan, but in my country too. Some people actually don't speak English, so they're kind of shut out in some ways.
Right. Yeah.
Shut in or shut out. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, in closing, could you give my students a message?
Okay, I will do my best. Okay. Let's see. I am the director of the CSTOYS Internationals. I sell Japanese toys to the world, and there are more than 10,000 customers. I think we have
10,000.
Yeah,
International customers and
yes.
Japanese too.
And we do have the toy shop here, but we don't
Yes.
sell the local very much. We don't have much local customers.
see.
But the people buying, most of the incomes and the funds comes out of Japan. It's
see.
very important to think about this. That that all the money comes from out of Japan, and we are so excited about this business because this is something that our Japanese culture, one good example, can make it right now at this time. Because I believe that, we sell the hero toys. These heroes comes from Japan's, comes out of that, our ancestors' hard works, everything. It's not just only the plastic toys.
It's the culture.
It's a culture.
It's
and
the
then these
culture.
heroes
Yes.
has been teaching and then sending their messages about the peace for a
Oh.
long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are delivering their own messages to the world, and people love it.
Oh, I see.
Around the people about the world love that. And
Yes.
then that's, I don't speak of justice, okay, but they do.
Yes. Yes, I see. So it's a universal theme.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
and it's a very positive one.
Yeah, a positive
Yes.
one. And then, so I believe that, I hope that, that university students have lots of responsibilities, and then, find your dream, and then find your something that you can do. And then even though it's very hard to find it, the answer, you will find it, by interacting with the people around you. And then the world is waiting for you.
Oh, yes. The world is waiting for you.
Oh, yes.
That's true.
So don't waste. Don't sit on that chair. Okay, go out.
And
Go.
don't say dikinai.
No. You
So-
can do more than that.
So would you advise them to read newspapers, watch movies in English, use YouTubes, go abroad, things like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do. And then especially the YouTube thing is the very powerful one. Not just only, don't just watch the YouTubes. Become that and more like a YouTubers. All right. So you can just introduce yourself on the net, show your face, and then talk about something that you like it. Lots of even the 9-year-old boy have own channel, YouTube channel.
Japanese boy?
No, American boys and many people,
Oh,
many
really?
boys, and then they subscribe to our channels,
I
and
see.
we chat a
Ah,
lot.
yes.
Yeah, and then
So-
I'm so proud of these young
Yeah.
children around the world, so
Reaching out.
reaching out.
Yeah.
They
So-
call me Mr. S, and then they gave me they asked me a kind of advice on something, and then,
And you also learn from them.
a lot.
So there's a big exchange.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
talking to you, I think one of the main points that I can understand is that of learning and opening your world
Right.
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
own pleasure and your
Yeah.
own, also your business.
Yes, it is.
Business and pleasure. Yes.
Business and pleasure.
Yes, and yeah. So thank you, Mr. S. Thank you, Masaki, very much.
Thank you very much, Danielle, and hope that this interview helps that.
I think so.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thank you. Bye.